So when it came in, I literally thought, but I haven't ordered anything from Amazon. Let's not talk about that series today. This book is going to be The End of Me. I also know that Femke's already read this and cried. Hello lovely bookworms, I'm Esmay from Paradise Pages on Instagram and also on Twitter, and welcome to a new video. As you can see from the title, this is going to be a TBR of sorts, but in a little bit of a different way. As you know, I've been doing the Game of the Books TBR. If you want to see any of those videos, I'll link the playlist down below. They're super fun to watch, even though I might not have been as successful. And I do have to say that we're not going to do that this month. The reason for this is that I've been an entirely different person. No, not really. I've been such a mood reader lately, and I make TBRs and then I change them again and again and again and again, and eventually read something that's not on my TBR. So this month, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the books. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 books to show you that are all books that I want to read in a current timeline, or at least that are high on my priority list of reading. So that's what I'm going to show you today. As I said, there are 7 books, and let's just get started. This in no way sort of means that I'm planning to read them in September. I am kind of. That's why I'm calling this sort of a TBR-ish. I have no idea what the title eventually turned out. It's just basically books that I've been really wanting to read, but I'm not sure if I will in September, but I wanted to talk about them quickly. So let's just dive into things, and let's start with the one that's in my native language, actually. So when I was a lot younger, I used to love watching something called Het Huis Anubis. There is a English version of this called The House of Anubis, but because it was such a big hit here in the Netherlands and also in Belgium, if you were wondering, they actually made them into books, and this book series is what I've been reading mostly. You'll also see that a little bit in my wrap-up, but the final book is one that I want to read pretty soon. I'm going to attempt to pronounce this, but that is Het Huis Anubis en de Vloek van Anzugenamon. I mean, it's basically one of these books. You can basically see these are all the characters in the TV show, and I loved watching it. I still love watching this, and I also love reading them. It is pretty quickly and pretty easy to read, but I am having a blast with them, and I can't wait to get to this one. Okay, so there's 6 more books. Which one? Okay, let's go with the one that has been on my TBR multiple times, and I am planning to read pretty soon, and that is Crown of Midnight. I will talk about what this is a little bit. Basically, I think this is about a girl who is one of the poorer families, and in order to sort of make her life a little bit easier for herself and also for her family, she wants to participate in this so-called race. And other than that, I don't know too much. I think I've mentioned this multiple times, but I love going into my books not knowing too much and just... Sorry about the little flare there. But yeah, I like going into my books not knowing too much, so if I know more, I will definitely let you know. And I think this is also going to be in one of my weekly reading vlogs, because I am picking those up again, if you're wondering. The first one will be up somewhere next week, I think, when you're watching this. Or it's already up. In that case, I will link it. But yeah, I am vlogging again. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this one. I actually won this book around my birthday for a giveaway over on Twitter, and I've been meaning to read it ever since. Okay, so next up is a book that I picked up during my trip to Rotterdam with Femke, and that is The Gwenevere Deception by Kirsten White. I've been wanting to read this one for quite a bit now, and once I found this very, very floppy paperback in the bookstore, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to take it home. And sorry, there was something on the back that got me distracted. And I'm just in general very excited. I think this is about Gwenevere, who basically comes to Camelot, and well, it's like King Arthur inspired, and other than that I don't know too much, but I do really love King Arthur, so I don't mind not knowing too much, and I just want to go in, face first. I don't mind too much. But also, it's absolutely stunning. I love the cover of this so much, and I can't wait to get into this. Okay, so there's a couple more books, and let's just, you know, start with the obvious. I actually have a book on here that I am very, very scared to read. This book is going to be the end of me. I think my heart will be utterly broken, and I also think that I'm going to love it so much. It's definitely 5-star predictions, and I think it's one of the final books on my 5-star predictions list. Once I've finished all of them, I'll do an updated video. I promise that is coming, because I read most of them. I still have to finish The Toll, and I have to finish this one, and that is The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. This is a junker. I also know that Femke's already read this and cried, so I'm scared. I'm definitely scared for all of my babies, because I love almost all of the characters in here, and that's going to be, you know, a pain for me. This is the continuation of The City of Brass, and it's right over here, The Kingdom of Copper. This is about a girl named Nari who lives in Cairo, so it's Egyptian inspired a little bit, and then she sort of figures out that there's a lot more to the world than she actually thinks at first. This is, by the way, the worst synopsis in the world. And she meets a lot of interesting people, goes to a different city, the City of Brass. And in general, I loved the series. I think out of everything I've read, that those are actually, when it comes to characters, world building, just writing style, and theme, atmosphere, these are my absolute favorite books, and I am not scared that this is going to disappoint me. I'm so excited to read it. I'm scared, but I do want to read it soon. So there is 3 more, and let's continue with a book that's been on my TBR, I think the longest out of all of these, and I've recently found sort of the interest of reading, and that is Ruby Red by Kirsten, which I think is a German author, and I think they also translated it to Dutch, which was when I first encountered it, called Robijnrood, so Ruby Red. I'm not sure what the German title is. Does it say? It does say that it's translated from German. Does it give me the title? Rubinrood. I'm probably not saying that right, but Ruby Red. And this, I think, has to do with time travel. 16-year-old Gwen lives with her extended and rather eccentric family in the exclusive London neighborhood. In spite of her ancestors' peculiar history, she had a relatively normal life. Time traveling gene. So this is about time traveling. I don't know too much other than that, and I'm not planning to figure out until I read the book, which I hope is soon. It's not too big, so, and it's also very, very floppy, hence why I'm gravitating towards it. And I think that I'm really, really gonna enjoy this. I'll keep the final book a little bit more special, but this second to final book is also one that I've been very, very excited by, because it is by one of my absolute favorite authors. I've read everything from her and I love most of it, but she has written my most favorite duology, which is The Wrath and the Dawn. If you didn't know that already, you know now. I have an insane amount of love for that series, and let's not talk about that series today. Today we were talking about The Damned, and this is actually a continuation of The Beautiful, which again is a duology. I think Renée Ahdieh only writes duologies, because she also wrote Flame and Mist and Smoke in the Sun, which was also a duology. And this, as I said, is a continuation of The Beautiful. I read The Beautiful earlier this year. I did say that very strangely, earlier this year, and once I finished that, I was very excited to get back into it. This basically is about a girl named Celine who goes to the city of New Orleans, and there she basically meets paranormal beings, but not too many, and there's a lot of history and mystery and all kinds of different stuff. I am very bad at synopsises, and I can't say too much about it because of spoilers. What I can say is it is floppy, so we like a floppy book. And it also matches the first one perfectly. Gives me so much happiness. And I'm just so excited to read this. But I'm also a tad bit scared knowing Renée Ahdieh. But we'll see about that. I'm excited nonetheless. I made a stack on the floor that basically just... I'll clean that up later, it's fine. Okay, let's move on to the final book. I'll also show you Nina in a little bit. She's adorable. Look how adorable she is. She's like sleeping right here. Oh. She's lifting her paw. You're adorable. But the final book was a gift, and I got this gifted from Femke, and if you know me a little bit, you know that my favorite animals are actually elephants, besides cats. And the book that I got from her was actually from my Amazon wishlist. I had no idea. So when it came in, I literally thought, but I haven't ordered anything from Amazon. And not realizing that it was off my wish list. But thank you, Femke, once again. I am so excited to read it. And that is The Girl Who Stole an Elephant. And I am just so excited to get into this. So this basically is about a girl named Chaya. I hope I'm saying that correctly, who's a thief and actually stole the queen's jewels and takes off on an elephant. And I think that's the entire adventure of this book. I'm so excited. And also, how stunning is this? Can you see like the little blue detailing? You can see it like that, I think. It is so stunning. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm so excited to get into this. I'm not gonna put that on the floor. I'll put it there. It's a mess down there. It's fine. We don't talk about it. Okay. So those were 7 books that are very high on my priority list, or at least on my list to read. I, in general, just am in a big reading mood right now. I'm actually reading 2 books at the same time, and I am having a blast. I usually do that. I usually listen to an audiobook and then read another physical book next to it. But yeah, I feel like I found the reading spirit again, which is really, really nice, but I don't want to pin myself down on a TBR. I think I might do another one next month, or at least I hope I will. I will definitely do one for November. So if there's no October one. That said, that is also because there's going to be a extra round of Desertathon. I don't think I even mentioned that, but it's a short one. It's a weekend edition, and once the time rolls around for Desertathon, because it is from the 9th of October to the 11th of October, I will make a small announcement video combining it with my TBR, which is going to be incredibly early. Expect that somewhere like the middle of September, so that you have enough time to sort of plan out the weekend and see which books you want to read. It's only 3 books, it's only a weekend, so it's not that big, and please do join me. But by the time that gets here, I will definitely update you guys more, give you some recommendations, that kind of thing. If you, in the meantime, want to see more recommendations and more in-depth sort of views from my part on Desert Vibe books, you can follow the Twitter down below. I am active on there, and if you have any questions about Desertathon, that's also the place to go. Alright, that was more of a announcement part of this video. I didn't even know there was one. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and press that little bell icon so that you could post notifications every single time that we post. And I hope to be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye!